Hi, I'm Mia. I'm a drug checking technician with Vancouver Coastal Health, and today we're talking about benzo test strips. If you're not familiar with test strips, please watch our video on the more well-known fentanyl test strips, as we'll be building on that procedure. Benzodiazepines are a large group of drugs that have some level of sedating properties. This test procedure will be useful for when you want to determine if benzos are present in a sample. These strips can pick up some of the benzo variants available, though not all. Because of this, a negative test result doesn't guarantee that the sample is free of sedating drugs. This procedure is different than the fentanyl test because while fentanyl dissolves very easily into water, benzos do not. This makes it important to follow the steps, as a mistake can lead to false negatives, where the strip incorrectly reports a negative result when in fact benzos are present. If you are new to benzo test strips, we recommend that you do the test with somebody experienced so that you can review the steps with them. Now, if you have your working area clear and your proper PPE on, we recommend gloves and a mask. Let's begin. For this test, we'll need our sample. This one's in a baggie. For crushing, we'll want another baggie to put it inside. We have a 2 milliliter tube with a lid. We have some water. This is sterile water, but tap water is fine. We have our scoop. We have some alcohol swabs for cleaning, and we have our benzodiazepine test strip. Carefully crush your sample into a fine powder. Make sure to crush the whole sample so you don't miss anything, as benzos are subject to hot spots as much as fentanyl is. We're going to double bag this sample just to prevent any punctures or dust, but you could use paper cups or a pill crusher if you have one. Just use the back of your tool and just rub it on the sample to crush it up into a nice fine powder. This should also mix it quite nicely. Scoop 2 milligrams of the sample, about half a grain of rice. Carefully dump the sample into a 2 milliliter tube with a lid like this. Add 2 milliliters of tap water. And close the tube up tightly. Shake it for 30 seconds. If you do a lot of tests in a day, Vortexer can help save your arm. Before opening up the test strip, inspect it for any rips, tears, or punctures. Ensure it is not expired, as in fact a benzo test strip, as there are other kinds. Open it up. And holding the test strip from the blue end here, we're going to open up the tube carefully to avoid any splashes. Holding your test strip like so, dip it into the water just up to the solid blue line here. Hold it in for 5 to 10 seconds till you see the water creeping up the middle of the strip, like so. It's very important to wait a few minutes for the benzo test strip, as the lines can be very faint and take some time to develop. Make sure you look at the results under a bright light. You can start to see the results now. Two lines, like you see here, is a negative result. One line is often fainter than the other. Try not to read into this. 2 lines is a negative result. It's important to remember that this doesn't mean that the sample is safe, only that benzos were not detected in this test. Other sedating drugs like atizolame may be present. 1 line, close to where you hold the strip, is a positive result. The control line and the test line don't necessarily develop at the same rate, so wait a few minutes if the test looks positive right away. If there is still only 1 line after waiting, you can confidently say that your sample has benzos in it. Benzo test strips are not known to have a false positive issue like with the fentanyl test strips. This test is complete. Dispose of the test water and any remaining sample in an absorbent material such as kitty litter. Wipe down your tools with alcohol swabs. and some paper towel. Any remaining materials can just go in the garbage. Be sure to wipe down your work area. And you're done. Now, remember that a negative test result does not guarantee safety. Use safer use practices such as using at an overdose prevention site. This test is more complicated than the fentanyl test procedure, but with practice, you can be confident in your testing. Benzo test strips are an effective tool in the harm reduction toolkit, and with careful use, they can save lives. Thanks for watching.